I can just feel it in the air. Granted, they haven't really been putting up too much billboards on the cities like they usually do. To my left, they got a Paramount advertisement for the new season of Dexter. And I know in the gas lamp they got some stuff down there too, but cue the intro. Yo, it's your boy, your host, your dude with all the goods coming at you today in the lovely city of San Diego, home of the San Diego Comic-Con. And we're literally exactly a week out until it starts popping off down here with nerds, cosplay, freaking exclusive panels, celebrities walking amongst the plebs. And I'm stoked. I'm excited for it. I know I released a video at the beginning of this month, which wasn't of quality to say the least. I did have fun though. But I wanted to make another video today, a little more well organized, and that, well, simply put, a lot more information has came out since the last video. And, well, simply put, there's a lot of really cool stuff happening this year when it comes to panels. And this is what this video is going to be all about. Talking about all the really cool stuff that I would like to try to get to, but due to my scheduling, I don't know, especially when it comes to the other things that I want to do as well. But I'm just gonna go through the panels, the ones that sparked my interest, and maybe hopefully they spark yours. And that, yeah, let's get to it. Thursday between 5:30 to 6:30, Hall H, literally that one right there. We're going to be having some big namers, and it's the first time Trauma is going to be having a Hall H panel presenting the new Toxic Avenger movie starring Peter Dinklage and Elijah Wood. And I know there's some other big namers in it, but I just can't bring them off the top of my head at the moment. But I'm going to try to get into that one. I have a feeling there's going to be a line for it, which is cool for me. You know, you don't really ever see the huge turnout like that for these types of movies. And let's see, it's going down. Comedy Central on Thursday between 6:45 and I'm assuming to like 7:45. They're going to be having a panel as well where they're going to be talking about Beavis and Butthead, South Park, you know, the new season that's coming out for South Park, which looks great. In the past couple of years, there has been a lot of very good things that they can definitely go off of when it comes to building the world of South Park even more when it comes to current events, to say the least. Let's see. Neon, I believe this is going to be happening Friday. Neon, the horror studio that has dropped movies like The Monkey or Together, which is their latest flick that comes out soon. They're going to be hosting their very first panel here at Comic-Con. They're going to be talking about a lot of, you know, up-and-coming movies, stuff like that. Osgood Perkins is going to be here that day signing The Monkey. And you can only get this Monkey, which is a Comic-Con exclusive, if you do the pre-order, which your boy did. I dropped the dime for it, and man, pretty stoked to get this little effort, to say the least. Hopefully he doesn't have a key that you can turn and it ends up being legit monkey business. But nonetheless, just keep this vibe going. Disney this year is on Friday going to be hosting a panel for the first time for a movie that isn't really technically a Disney movie, the new Tron movie, which I'm kind of hoping they're going to have Nine Inch Nails make an appearance, which would be kind of cool because I'm actually rather stoked for the soundtrack for this movie that's going to come out. So like the first Tron movie with Daft Punk being the composer of the soundtrack was good. It definitely satisfies my cyberpunk dystopian future type of vibe when it comes to, you know, good quality music, like, you know, Blade Runner, to say the least. So that's another good movie with a really good soundtrack. What else do we got? Thursday at 4:15 p.m., 5 to 5:15 p.m., we got Blumhouse presenting the next Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which should be good. I've played a few of the games, and they are definitely worth the hype for sure. They can get pretty spooky with the jump scares and stuff like that. And I don't know if I'll make that one. Like I said, I'm just name dropping some stuff that sparked my interest within these past couple of days. Notable suggestions: Thursday between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the Marriott Ballroom 6, we're going to be having the Indie Filmmaker Survival Guide, which I will be at. You can go watch Chris Score and Alan Ng, along with other notable people in independent movies who've made independent movies, talk about what you need to do to survive within the filmmaking industry when it comes to independent films. And it should be a lot of fun. Won't be my first panel seeing Chris Gore talk about really cool stuff. And then getting back to the Disney stuff, they're going to be having a King of the Hill panel on Thursday between 11:30 and 7. Right, no. Correction. I'm talking about the activation. They're going to be having like a whole straight up like King of the Hill neighborhood setup where you can go hang out with the guys from King of the Hill, Hank Hill, you know, Bobby Hill, Dell, pretty sure Peggy. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. So that's a notable suggestion for sure when it comes to just doing stuff around the convention center. So they got a lot of stuff this year. Saturday, they're going to be having a Simpsons panel between 11:45 and 12:30 p.m. at Ballroom 20. And that should be kind of cool. I know I went to a Simpsons panel last year with my friend who did some work for the Treehouse of Horror for, you know, last year's special, and yeah, it was cool. I mean, I knew what he was working on prior to this whole panel and seeing his stuff get presented at this panel. But yeah, I'm going to try and make it to this one this year. I'm not too sure. And the last one, it's on a Sunday. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be making it to this one, but they're going to be having a discussion about Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff and how, you know, they're the twin terrors of horror and how they kind of pretty much put horror on spot back in the day. You know, they were one of the, you know, first horror monsters to ever, you know, cast themselves in a role of, you know, horror, to say the least. And yeah, so that's it for panels. So till then, I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Awkward ending.